In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, peace be upon you. In a previous video about the Badal Earth or the beast of the earth, I briefly talked about how I had a strange experience in the year 2000. I began believing the following. Number 1, the Masih ad-Dajjal was here. Number 2, the beast of the earth was created from underground resources. I learnt the prayer recited by the human heart, breath and blood flow, and I have stated in a different video that it is Allahu Akbar. Now in 2008 I had a second strange experience. I started believing the world was about to end. I was actually on the telephone to someone and I heard trumpets being blown. I think they were blown for 3 times with a gap in between. When I asked the person I was on the phone to, did you hear that? It was unclear whether they had heard them or not. Anyway, early in, I think it was the following morning, very early in the morning, my husband was driving me somewhere in the car and I saw the sun rising in the west. It was actually a really terrifying experience and I was in an amazing state of insane fear. I dare not speak and even say what I was witnessing. The fear in my mind was tremendous. Now following these 2 incidents, I actually believed that I had died and was being punished in hell for my sins. My actual life became a type of hell. I felt, these strange experiences even during the day while I was awake. So the trumpets being blown, I was wide awake. The sun rising, I was wide awake. Now I also stopped wanting to eat because the food tasted and smelt really terrible, as if it was the food of hell. My skin burned and I needed water regularly. I couldn't sleep at all. I also believed my husband was not my husband, but a demon jinn, there to make me suffer even more. And the world actually seemed really eerie and strange, like in horror movies. As I said, my mind was in a constant state of fear, and to overcome this, I prayed constantly to Allah to remove me from this hell that I was experiencing. I was constantly reciting the kalima. Alhamdulillah, Allah healed my mind quite quickly, and I even performed Umrah for the first time in 2008. I do believe Allah showed me hell to punish me for the sins that I had committed and also to help me realize I needed to change myself if I didn't want to stay in hell for eternity. And I pray to God that He accepts the changes that I made in my life. However, I sometimes wonder why I experienced or saw or hallucinated the sun rising from the west. It was so real It was during the morning, and it was so absolutely real. So I sometimes wonder, is it because the sun will rise in the west in my lifetime? Apart from family members who know this, I haven't mentioned these matters before because I only wanted to give practical guidance and help in my videos. I didn't want to say that I was one person or another, but then I discovered Muhammad Qasim's videos and I realized that Alhamdulillah there are other strong believers experiencing Allah's signs, and so all of us, these strong believers, we can unite together inshallah and overcome those who do evil in the world, because Allah will listen to our prayers inshallah and support us. So as always, I'd like to pray that Allah guides us, protects us and gives us peace and all of what I have written below. Allahu Akbar and Allah Hafiz.